Let me have your attention, please. Everyone, excuse me, good evening. Everyone here for the first time, I'd like for you to have sign in on the sign-in sheet. And the reason for it is that we would have your information so we can communicate with you in the future. The other thing I'd like for you to do, I know everyone has one of these. I'd like for you to take it out, and I'd like for you to put it on off, not silent, because the information that's going to be revealed this evening is going to be life-changing for a lot of people. Some going to get it, some not going to get it. But the reason I'd like for you to turn them off, because people's attention span is very short. We hate for anyone to be getting the flow of the information and they're distracted and they lose it. Because a lot of times when you lose your distraction, you don't get it back. So like I said, my name is Ben Burke. We usually start on 7 o'clock, but we're running a little time, a little behind today. So what I'm gonna do is get straight to it. I don't know how you got here, whether somebody invited you or whatever. If someone invited you here, you should turn around and personally give them a thank you, because the information here is really life transforming. It's some things that you will really need to know. And I would like to be the person to present it to you, but you wouldn't want me to do that because I'm not the best presenter. The individual that's going to present it to you, he's an entrepreneur, and he's had several successful businesses in this area. He's volunteered and helped the individuals at the Richmond City Jail. He's a family man. Excuse me. He enjoys helping people, and one of the things I like about him is that he has a talent for taking things that seem complicated and break it down and make it seem real simple so most people can understand it. And after he makes his presentation, you will see what I'm talking about. So I'm introduced to some and present to others, and I want you to put your hands together for him, because what he's going to do, this information that he's going to share with you is not something that someone has done somewhere else, and you just have to take their word for it or his word for it. But what has happened, this is something that he has actually done himself. And he's going to share with you the exact plan that he's used to generate thousands of dollars in a very short period of time, which, how many of you could use 10, 15 additional $1,000 income in every 4 or 5 weeks, 6, 7 weeks, something like that? If that interests you and you just focus on it, and I'm going to let you stop listening to me because I'm going to be watching him just like you watching him. Just put your hands together, and so we can bring my business partner and friend up here, Mark Hamlin.
Thank you, Mr. Burke. That's my partner there. Everybody give him a hand. All right. This is good, man. We've been rolling together for quite a few years now. And I'm definitely going to write him off on my taxes this year. Whenever I eat, he eats. Well, I'm glad to have you all here. My name is Mark Hamlin. I'm a family man. In fact, when I turned 50 years old, my daughter turned 1. So I got a lot more life to live. Anybody here got a lot more life to live? Absolutely. My friends, they joke me. They said in a couple of years, when you take your daughter to school, you can go ahead to the Social Security office and pick up your check. Yeah, they said, you know, when you get ready to take her to the movies, you can get the double discount, the child discount, and the senior citizen. All right, well, they weren't far from the truth with that one. So, but life is good, and life is really good when you got a few extra dollars in your pocket. Anybody identify with that? Yes. All right, well, that's what we're gonna talk about today. So it's a pleasure and honor to speak before you today. Glad you could all make it. As usual, this room is always full. So we've got a major event coming up. We're going to share that with you a little bit later. But just want to make sure that I'm in the right place. Anybody have any goals that you would like to accomplish? Yes. Raise your hand. Anybody got some dreams that you would like to reach?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. All right. Just want to make sure I'm in the right place. I should have seen every hand go up. And so let me ask you this. If you could do whatever you wanted to do without fear, believing that you have all the resources and the finances to do it, and the support, what would be the most important goal that you'd want to accomplish in your life right now? And how much money would you need to accomplish it? So I'm going to ask a couple of people to answer that question, and we're going to give you 2 minutes. Now, Mr. Burke got a little bell over here. All right, so if you get a little long-winded, he's going to ding you. And when he dings you, we all going to clap for you. All right, so one of the things you want to learn how to do, you want to learn how to say your vision in just a couple of minutes. Is that important?
Oh, yes.
Absolutely, because you never know who you're talking to, and you may not have that much time to get it out. Make sense?
Right.
Absolutely. So here's the 2 questions. What's the most important goal that you want to accomplish? And what's the second question? How much money are you going to need to accomplish it? So let's see who's bold enough to answer that question first. Who has a goal? And you really answer the question. Okay, go ahead, sir.
I have a goal to open up a restaurant, and I'm gonna need $100,000.
All right.
That's good.
All right, that's a nice round number, isn't it?
Yeah.
Give me a hand, everybody. And let me ask you this. What kind of restaurant is it going to be? Just out of curiosity.
That I haven't established.
You haven't. All right, so you're working on that part. All right, excellent, excellent. All right, excuse me, who else has a goal? Yes, ma'am. I forgot to ask you, introduce yourself as well.
I'm Martha Merritt from Petersburg, Virginia.
All right.
I operate a food center, Tri-Cities Food Distribution Center for people that need food. I've been doing it for over 30 years, and it's on a volunteer basis. Nobody gets paid. Right now, I need money because I need to keep food there all the time.
Mhm.
Because we make meals. We distribute meals. We don't just distribute something in a bag.
Ah.
And I also just deliver to the high rises, to the people that can't get out, the handicapped. And I need new transportation to do it. And I need money to continue to pay my help.
All right. All right, I like that.
Wow.
How much you think you need?
Wow. It's an ongoing thing. It goes on 7 days a week. And I always need food.
Right.
Always. And like I have sometimes 15, 20 families a week, sometimes more. But to keep me going, I would say $75,000 or $100,000 to keep me going.
All right.
Because
Okay.
I use my own funds.
All right, all right. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, and who else? What's your most important goal and how much money you need to accomplish it? Y'all scared? Go ahead.
Sean Brown.
Yes, sir.
I'm interested in opening up starting my own transportation service.
Okay.
I want to drive buses. Well, I drive buses now for a hospital, but I want to start my own company. I know pretty much everything about the business. I just need the money to get it started.
Okay.
So,
How much would you need?
anything between 25, 50,000.
Awesome. Awesome. Excellent. Thank you so much. All right. So let's take 2 more. What's your most important goal? Yes, sir.
My name is Omar Wiley.
Mhm.
I want you to open up a Tai Chi and meditation center for senior citizens and elderly and those who may be physically challenged. I also want to help get the homeless off the street. And I think I may need about $1.5 million, if not $2 million to get the building redone, refinished.
All right. Excellent. All right. And one more. What's your most important goal? Yes, sir.
Yeah, my name is Master Servant, Mike Cheatham. The most important goal is to reach out for those who need help in any aspect, no matter who their God may be. My God is God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And the name is Yeshua, Jesus Christ. And just I want to be a helping hand for those who are in need, no matter what their circumstance may be, whether it be food, maybe health care, maybe help to pay that rent. Whatever there's a need, I feel like, you know, the operation that I'm asking for funds for is called Take Back Time. So I believe, you know, that we should have, not be in lack. I'm asking for $1 million per year to keep this going to help anybody all over the continent.
That's right.
Not only the continent, the planet.
All right.
Right, I agree.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So let me ask you this, ladies and gentlemen. If you had the extra resources, would you be willing to support some of the goals you heard mentioned here today?
Absolutely.
Would you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you have to think real hard about that?
No.
All right. Well, I'm going to show you today how we can do just that. All right? So let's go ahead and get into it. You may want to take a few notes on a few things. So ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about a phenomenon called crowdfunding. And by the end of this session, you're going to understand what crowdfunding is. You're going to understand what you need to do to benefit by crowdfunding, and you're going to understand how we can partner together to support one another to accomplish our individual goals. So let's go ahead and get into it. What is crowdfunding? Let me just go ahead and see if I can tweak this just a little bit. All right, let's go. Crowdfunding is the internet's newest, most exciting phenomenon and social trend for raising funds. It's the idea of passing a basket around at church with a large group of people, being able to contribute small amounts of money, which combined meets the financial goals of any organization, group, or individual. Forbes magazine has an article out, and they say that crowdfunding is the next big trend. That was August 2014. You might want to read that. According to Wikipedia, Wikipedia defines it as the practice of funding a project or venture by raising monetary contributions from a large number of people, typically via the internet. And it is the 21st century fundraising. Right. It's technology. And technology is an accelerator. It causes us to be much more productive. Would you all agree with that?
Yes.
Absolutely. So let's go a little further. Let's look at some crowdfunding facts. First of all, crowdfunding has been around since 2008. In fact, there's a gentleman who made the decision that he was going to run for the White House. And he knew he was going to need a lot of money. But the traditional fundraising system, campaign fundraising system, wasn't going to work for him. He knew that. So he surrounded himself with some really smart people who understood technology, understood social media, mobile apps, text messages, and he reached out to the American public in a way that had never been done in the history of this country. Right. He raised over $1 billion. Anybody know who I'm talking about?
Yeah. President Obama.
President Obama. He broke some records. Anybody know what the average donation was that he received?
No less than $15.
It was less than $15. That was crowdfunding in action. Can you all see that?
Right.
Absolutely. Small amounts of donations from a lot of people. Okay, so I got to get you, and I figured it out later, get this toolbar off the bottom for me. Yeah. But in any event, crowdfunding, right now, there are over 600 crowdfunding websites in the marketplace right now. There are three main types of crowdfunding. There's something called equity. This is the way that businesses get funding when the banks aren't lending. There's something called lending, but the biggest piece of the pie, 71%, is donations. This is money that's given to people to help them. It's not a grant, and it's not a loan, and there's no repayment required. Would anybody like some money like that?
Yes, sir.
All right, but that's what we're going to talk about today. Now, here's the #1 crowdfunding site. It's called GoFundMe. You can Google it. And you're going to find people raising money for all kinds of things every day. Everyday people, just like you and me. For example, medical reasons, volunteers, emergency, education, memorial, sports, animals, business, charity, community, organizations, creative, and much more. Every day you'll see people raising money. And so can you. But you need to understand how it works, and we're going to explain that to you today. Okay? Anybody know this man? This is James Robinson. I'll tell you a story about James Robinson. James Robinson had a job paying $10 an hour. His car broke down, and he couldn't afford to buy another car. So he walked back and forth to work 10 miles each way for over 13 years. And his friends noticed it. And out of the kindness of their heart, they created a crowdfunding campaign on his behalf. The media got a hold of it, publicized it all over the world, and people gave to help the man. You see how much money he has? He got over $349,000. And this is what you need to see here. It was in 1 month, but it took 13,264 people in order to do so. Is that pretty amazing?
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely. So did he get his car?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. And a few other things along with it, right? Yeah. Now let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Did this really happen?
Yes.
Did the money come from the government?
No.
Was it a grant?
No.
Was it a loan?
No.
Does the money have to be paid back?
No.
Was it legal?
Yes.
Okay, just get these things clear. Okay?
Right.
Now, he's not the only one. Let's go a little further. Now, I want you to remember this. How many people did it take for him to get this money?
13,264.
All right, I want you to remember that. 13,000 people. Is that a lot of people?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. All right, let's go to the next one. This is Natalie. Natalie started a business selling cakes in the flea market. When she got to where she wanted to be, she got her own shop. But when they had the riots in Ferguson, the people looted and destroyed her place. Goodness. Well, she did a crowdfunding campaign, and the people gave over $270,000 so she could renovate her place, make it even better than it was before it was rioted. Is that amazing?
Right.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. Now, was this a grant?
No.
Was this a loan?
No.
Does the money have to be paid back?
No.
Is it legal?
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay, how many people? 8,000 people in 4 months. All right? Anybody remember this story? Okay, let's go a little further. This is Vidal, right there. Vidal, he's a student in Harlem, and he decided that he wanted to go to Harvard University. Goodness. And he did a campaign to raise money so he can go to Harvard. He wanted 100,000. How much money did he get?
$1 million, over $1 million.
$1.5 million.
So let